Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. Today, me and Alison, we're going to show you this amazing designer's choice. It's called the Safety Deposit Box. Right, Al, what do you think?
I love it.
It's amazing.
This dinky little dice set here, and it is dinky,
It really is.
makes, let me lean over here, one of these.
Wow.
Look at this. Let's bring that forward so you can have a good look.
Oh, too far.
Too far. Here we are.
There we go.
There
Shove
we
him down
go. Look at it. And what does it do? Well, you pull it forward, and it pops it as if by magic.
Just like a safety
at
deposit box,
that.
funnily enough.
Exactly. Just pop your ribbon down, push it back in, and it'll do the same again.
It really is a clever design.
It is clever, isn't it? Really clever. For anyone who loves anything kinetic, kids, men especially,
Yes.
because they love a card, they love anything that does something. But we're not ruling out the girlies in our lives either.
We are not. 'Cause
Hence
look
the
at this
pretty
one.
box.
Look at this one though. I love this one. So this one, what we've done is, if you can't make it bigger, you stack them on top of each other.
Absolutely. But this could be on your craft desk.
Yeah, this would be on my desk upstairs. So I'd have paper clips in them. I'd have all sorts in here. I didn't hold the ribbon down.
You didn't.
Hold the ribbon down. So you pull them out. It opens up. You hold the ribbon and
Pop it back in.
Oh God, I'm holding the circles now. Oh dear. Down.
But even if you didn't want that pop-up lid, you could still have a slide-in box.
Yes, because you
Don't
can
have
have
to
them
have-
open, can't you?
Absolutely.
See,
Because
it's so
the
good.
mechanism is all created in this slidey bit on the side. So you've got the circle. Let me bring that forward. You've got the slidey bits here on both sides.
I love your technical terms, Al.
I know.
Slots and circles. That's what we got. Slots.
It could
and
just
circles.
be a drawer that opens and then
Yeah.
you just flip the lid.
Well, you don't even have to have a lid on it then.
No, you don't.
You
You
could
could
just-
just be a
'cause it's-
sliding drawer.
It's got its own lid, doesn't it? Here.
It has.
That's what we should
well.
have done with this one.
We should have.
Like a matchbox.
Yeah,
We just went the whole caboose, didn't we?
we did. We did. Go big or go
Not
home.
like us, is it? But shall I show you how to make one?
Let's have a
Let's show
little
you the
look.
die set first.
Come on in.
Look at it. It all fits onto an A5 sheet. And I think for a box that size, that's pretty impressive.
It really,
that it all
is.
fits on there.
It really is.
You've got a sheet of instructions that all come.
Comprehensive instructions.
Absolutely. So let's have a start, is it? Let's see where we go from. I'll leave the instructions there. So we're going to do the draw bit first, the in and outy bit. So what we're going to need for this is front and back, two sides. I've cut 3 lids. Even though it says 2 on your instructions, I've cut 3.
Is that because you're using a lighter weight card?
Partly because of that, but partly because I want to hide my workings. So that's the reason why I've got 3. You could have 4.
Yeah.
It's entirely up to you. I'll tell you where the 4th would go in as we go along.
Could you have 10?
If you really wanted to, but
I mean, that's a heavy box then, isn't it?
box would start getting smaller then.
Could you use wood?
You'll be the size of an After 8 mint going in there.
Hey, that's all we need in a Kaz.
Yeah. Oh, indeed. I love an After 8.
And then we've got 2 of these little strips. So let me show you where the dies are. So this is the smaller of the 2 rectangles. It's the box side. Get rid of that. And this little bit. And the little strip across. So they are the dies I've used. Just for you to see when you're making it. Right. Let's put these to one side for a sec. We'll use them later. So we just put the box together as we would any other box. Fold all your score lines first. There we go.
And if you want to go this efficiently, get a friend to help.
Absolutely.
Get an extra crafty hand.
Absolutely. And if you've never bought a tonic die, you don't have to score a line. It's on your die.
Oh,
the die does it for you.
Do you know what? That is just the best thing.
It is. Because
ever.
you never get that score line in the right place, do you?
No, you won't. You won't.
Karen and I started crafting in the days before dies.
We didn't have dies, did we?
We didn't. Well, they weren't there, were they?
No.
When they first came out, it was very, very basic shapes.
And it was exciting. It was exciting.
You made
to not
everything.
have to hand cut a circle. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Do you remember on a circle die? And a layering scallop circle to go behind it?
That was amazing.
Oh, so exciting.
I think that was the time that it went from homemade
to handmade.
So you had that little bit of professionalism in your dies.
But only in your dies, in it now.
Only in your
die
dies.
cutting. But no, even if you stamped an image, you had a beautiful outer edge. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not very good at fussy cutting. I think I'm going to leave a mil around everything, and then Summer's got half a mil.
Yep.
Summer's got a mil and a half. I'm not a good fussy cutter.
I can't imagine how difficult it'd be to cut a circle.
Oh,
freehand.
circle.
So we had like circle cutters as well. Oh, that's what I got to do. See, just reminded me. I got to look for a shape.
Okay.
I need an arch shape. Right.
Oh, right. Okay. Okie dokie.
I digress. Sorry. But when we had those circle cutters,
We did.
you know, they were good.
Yeah.
But
they would
if you,
slip,
I was going to say, if you moved just well, you couldn't move it, could you?
They were more or less like a compass.
Yeah,
weren't
they were.
Right, let me make sure I've got that on my fold line because I can't see it. There we are. So what I'm lining up to, making sure the straight line of the die is in line with the straight part of the base. Not that there's any curved bits on the base, but there we are.
There's no tab on that side.
There's not. There is not. So that is your sides on, your front and back on. And we make this the same as any other box. If you wanted to, at this point, you could bring in another base to cover all your workings. I'm not going to do that at the moment for time, because otherwise I'll be here yakking all day.
It's not like us.
And you don't want that, do you?
It's not like us at all.
That's what the weekenders are for.
Yeah.
Come back on Friday.
Oh boy, can we do a bit of yakking then?
Do you remember when our target for a weekender was 15 minutes?
Oh,
Well, we knew that was unachievable.
it's never going to happen,
It's a minimum of our 15 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's never going to happen.
But we like you to join in as well on our weekend shows.
Oh, definitely. It's all about our customers.
Every Friday, 12 o'clock, put it in your diary.
We live.
Come and join us for a chat. Sharon will bring all the coffees.
She will.
She will. Absolutely.
We love a Sharon coffee.
So I'm not saying too much about this box because this is a box you've made many, many times before.
Yeah.
Al, can I ask you to stop cutting your box and show the viewers, please?
I'm sorry. I do tend to cut my projects.
Yeah,
So
we craft up here, don't
Yeah.
we?
Let me shimmy in a bit then.
So if you ever see me lingering on the two of them for a bit too long, it's because
I've
I
touched the
can't. I
box.
haven't got another shot because it's all you'll see is table.
So there's a box made. That is the inner part of your box. So these two little tabs, these will become apparent soon, but I'm going to glue them in now. A little bit of glue on the tab. One is going to go, they're going to go at each end.
And as close to the end as you can
Right
get them.
to the end and right to the top of your box. So if you can see there, it's lining up with the lid. Not the lid, the top. The top of the side. Right, I'm going to do the other one to give that a little chance to glue before I go pulling the other side.
Swear you've done this before.
Well, you'd never know that, would you? There we are.
We enjoyed making these though, didn't we?
We did. We did.
We had good fun making
There
these.
we go. So go back to this one now.
We must have done it when Leo was on holiday.
Possibly.
Must have. Because she would have made one otherwise.
Yes, she would have. We did them one each.
Yeah.
There we go. So there's one tab in place. And this is the other one. And I'll open the other box now to show you why we need these. So that is my inner box all completed. There we go. Looks like a little bassinet. No, what do you call it? You know when you put a baby in?
Bassinet.
Bassinet. That's the word. I knew we want a bassinet.
And my dad used to call it a bassoon.
Oh, did he?
For the baby in the bassoon.
Dad, come on now.
It's going to be a little bit
Or the
noisy.
basset, he called it once or twice. Just for a start, he's a Labrador. And secondly, I'm not putting it on him.
So one of these is at the front, one is at the back, so I can't pull it any further.
No.
But when you glue the lid to, the other one is your rest for the lid. So that's the reason we've got those two. So we leave that to one side just for a little minute. And we're going to create the base.
Are we going to stick our lid on?
Oh, we could do, couldn't we?
Yeah.
May as well do that. Right, lid. So we've cut 3 of these exactly the same shape. One of them we're going to alter a little bit. So there's 2 dies in your set. One has got a little slit in it. This could be good for your cards. If you just want a slit, you can put your ribbon slit in your card.
Right through.
So one line's right at the top of your die cut. The other one has almost got 2 little feet on it. So it's a rectangle with 2 feet. This goes to the bottom and the 2 feet go to the edge of your die cut. And the reason being you've got that is so you can put a crease in exactly the right place.
So you can see there's just a score line on this
It
die.
is
There's
just
no
a score.
cutting line.
Nothing at all.
Just a score line.
It's smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing on here other than the slit. And you can feel that raised. Everything else is smooth.
It's all for positioning.
Yes.
Which is very clever, isn't it? You know, to have these dies just to
Because
position
otherwise
things.
it wouldn't, without having these in the exact place, it's not going to
work.
run smoothly.
It wouldn't work. I'm going to put some of these back because I'm
Okay.
going to forget where they go otherwise.
All right. So
She says not putting that in the right place.
a little bit of glue on one of your tabs. And this then glues your lid in place. So we go in right to the back of the box there. That's only bowing because it's not a heavyweight card. This is just a 216 card. So you don't have to use a heavyweight.
Because it's small.
It's only a little box. Right, let's move on. So we're down here now. We've done all those and now we're down here. So for this bit we need...
Do you want me to hold that lid down a little bit longer?
If you
I can
want
see
to.
it lifting there.
Oh, go on then. Give that a little...
I'll give
bit
him
of
a little
press.
hold while you're doing that.
So again, we've got 2 side panels, top and a bottom, and a back panel. And the dies we've used here are this one. That looks a little bit of a strange shape. We've used this side panel with the 2 tabs on, top and bottom. And we've used the larger of the rectangles. So think about it, you need the bigger rectangle for the outer box, smaller rectangle for the inner box.
And of course, you'll know which is which. They lay inside each other.
They do.
And the outer one has got this curved edge on your die.
There we are. So that's
Not on the die cut,
on the
just
die.
on the metal.
So that's so you can differentiate the dies,
Yeah.
is it?
So if
So-
somebody sends us a photo of a die, we can look at that set and say, oh, well, that's obviously the bigger one because we'd have nothing to
Yeah.
scale, would we?
Toby's designed this and he's very good at detail like that, isn't he?
He is. He's
So-
But we
nice.
don't tell him that.
We don't.
We don't tell him. No, definitely not.
We do really. Right then. So Let's pop that there. And we'll flip the instructions over as well.
Ooh, are we over the page already?
You can follow with me. So we're going to keep it all flat at the moment for a reason. So we're going to take our base. That's going to glue there. All these now are the back of the die cut I'm showing. Have I done? Yeah. No. I know I hadn't. So used to gluing the other way.
There we go.
So onto the back. This is the front now. No.
Yeah.
That's the front.
Got it.
There we are.
Go. We want that nice bevel that the die cut gives us, don't we?
Yes, if you've got the wrong side, if you're not familiar with die cutting, there's a right and a wrong side to a die cut. So the wrong side will have a rough edge. The right side will have a very smooth edge.
Because it's all done with pressure, isn't it? So
yeah.
the dies are not actually sharp. They're quite smooth. When you pick it up, you can run your fingers over it. You're really not going to cut yourself or anything. You can feel that it's raised, but it's not sharp. It's not a blade. The whole cut-in thing is because of the pressure of the metal being pressed into the cardstock by the rollers.
There we go. So they're all stuck together and this goes on the back. So this is the right side now that I'm gluing onto. There we go. Why change what you're used to doing, isn't it?
Exactly.
There we are. Let's give them all a good press, back and front. And that is your outer box for starters. So now we're going to pop, we need 6. There we are, I'll give you them. We leave the lid to one side for now.
Thank you.
So we've got a little die in here. It's a circle die.
Got it.
That's got a score line in the middle. So these are going to make your runners on the side. But they'll also make your tab on the front, you pull. So we've got 6 of these to make the runners on the side. So we're going to fold them. Fold 2 of them and one can stay flat. You're almost making like a paper fastener. So you've got 2 legs that you're not going to glue. So those are the 2 you're not going to glue. Those 2 you are going to glue. And they're going to go onto there.
Would it be better to glue them the opposite way to the fold line so it doesn't fold because of pressure?
Could do.
I'm just thinking it might give it a bit more strength. Because it wants to fold, doesn't it, along that fold line?
It does want to fold.
Just a thought. I don't know.
There's also a little circle in the set that you can decorate this with as well, and a pattern die. Because you know we love a pattern die.
We love a pattern die.
So imagine that now as a great big paper fastener. So there's your 2 feet, your 2 legs, and there's the top.
What a good idea.
I don't know where that came to me from, but I thought about that yesterday.
Yeah, it is like a paper fastener.
Yeah. Right. So we do the same with the other one. And we'll do this bit first. And you can see exactly, because you don't want anything overlapping.
No.
You want them all lined up perfectly.
Yeah, it needs to all fit, doesn't it?
It does. And they will. Because
you're using the same die cut.
You are. There we go. Push that one in. Turn that over. There we are. There's nothing overlapping at all.
Excellent.
Right. Next bit. So no, I don't want
That's not your box.
That's
this
not
is
my
your box. That's not my mummy.
No, not at all. So we're going to sit our inner box inside the outer box. And these little feet, you've got your 2 feet now. If I turn that around, they're going to push through the slidey slit on the inside. Open that up, and then you're going to apply glue on that bit.
So of course that's going to slide along your slot.
So make sure your box is right at the back, because otherwise you're not going to get that full.
It's not going to open enough, is it?
And it's not going to open, the lid is not going to open. So make sure you press that. You can go inside your box to press it. Then we're going to flip it around and we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So open up your little legs and a little bit of glue. And the reason I use wet glue is because you've got longevity of your project. And don't forget, you want this to be able to move back and forth. It's going to take a little bit of a battering. So there's your box. I'm not going to move it at the moment because I want that to stay there. Now we need a little bit of ribbon. So in the instructions, we've said 8.4 inches or 215 millimeters. But I would say give it a little bit longer. You can always chop it off.
Well, it's nicer to have more.
Absolutely.
Just in case you position it differently.
Absolutely. So we're going to start off gluing at the back. So I'm going to have a little bit of tape. You know
even though you say no tape.
Even though I say no tape, it has its purposes. So we're going to pop a little bit of tape on the back panel. So we go in centrally and on the back. So I've probably got a little bit too much. Don't put it over your fold because it may stick to your lid. So go up to your fold but no further. So there is, I have trouble with this every time, don't I?
That's why you don't like tape. Oh, you got it. I was coming in with my double-sided tape nail. I got it.
So pop your ribbon onto that. And then you can bring your box sides up. And then you can put another cover over that. I haven't kept one, but I would cover it. And what I would use is this layer die.
Just to cover that.
So that will hold your ribbon in place and you're sandwiching it in place then. It's not just that tape holding it. It's got a bit of glue on the other side.
Yeah. Should we put our
we'll glue that on first. That's going to go on here. There we go. And that will cover the hole perfectly. This little reinforcer is in your die set as well.
It's a little teeny tiny die looking like that.
We don't leave anything out. So I'm going to slide my box forward for a sec just to glue these back panels in place.
Really speaking, you need to glue the back panels in place before you put your cover over it, don't you?
You do. So there we go. I'll glue that one in place. And the other one.
Are you cutting up towards you again?
I probably am. Alex will tell me off again now.
I know.
There we go.
We need about 15 cameras.
Don't we just?
We need one where I am here, like this. Yeah. I'll just use my phone.
Yeah.
I'll just
we'll
use my
just
phone
stick a GoPro to Alison's chest.
Yeah.
Or his forehead.
Yeah, I'll have one of those cameras here, just, right in the middle of my forehead.
She can wear a cycling helmet.
Nobody will notice.
Oh no!
We just got,
How would they know?
So,
POV, you're a crafter who doesn't want to get shouted at again.
Again.
I've got, yes, exactly. I've got a layer here. So the layer that we've used for the bottom of the box.
And the lid.
And the lid of the box.
Mm-hmm.
I am putting as a layer on the top of my box.
Well, it's perfect size.
It is.
Gives you that teeny tiny little edge. And I love a small layer like that.
It's lovely. This ribbon is pulling against the lid of your box.
You're cutting again, Al.
Sorry.
She was only gluing. That's all right.
Glue in. We can cut to glue. There's times where I can cut.
Do you know what it is though? It's the fact
It's working
that
upstairs.
yeah, and we make so much mess that we end up having to work in midair like this because there's no room left.
Because you are really
covered all
running
that.
a risk of losing a day, Alan.
Well, you
don't
know
wanna do
that
that.
never happens with me, do you?
Don't want to do that, you all.
Not at all. Not at all. So this is going to sit on top. Better to have a double layer here because the ribbon pulls against this. So make sure it's glued on really well.
You're using a slightly thicker card for that there, aren't you?
I
That's
am.
a 300
This is a 300.
for the outer box.
But the inner box is 216.
Mm-hmm.
So start with one side first. Give that a little pinch. There we go. And then we can bring the others over.
Just make sure
Little
you
bit
don't
of
put
glue.
any glue on your ribbon.
Yeah, you don't want to glue on the ribbon at this point anyway. Because you want that ribbon
Moving
to work
freely.
smoothly.
Mm.
There we are. So I'm going to press that for a sec. And then we can show you then how to attach the ribbon to the inside. The one thing you could do that I could have done earlier, but it's not impossible to do now, is put your layers on the side.
Mm.
So I'll do them afterwards, but I would say to you do them earlier. Right, so the next thing you're going to do, pull your box out.
To the front,
And-
it's a little bit further to go.
There we are,
There we are,
right
got
to the
him.
front. And you want a little bit of tension on this ribbon because you want this to pop up. So give it a little bit of a pull, as much as you can, because otherwise it's not going to pop. If you haven't got that tension, it is not going to pop.
Should I put some tape? Yeah.
There we are, we'll have a little bit more tape.
No tape.
No tape. So the measurement that you've got here is bare minimum ribbon.
I would always do a little bit more because the more ribbon you have underneath there, the stronger it's going to be, isn't it?
It is.
And you're always going to cover it.
So my box is as far to the front as I can pull it. And I'm going to pull the ribbon as tight as I can. So you can see there's a little bit of a bow in the lid. If I turn it that way, you can see there's a tiny bit of a bow. But that'll give you that spring back then.
Mm-hmm.
So our second lid that we cut earlier.
Well, let me hold
There
it
we are.
then.
You pinch that.
I'm a good holder.
You are.
We've found that out previously.
The lid that we cut earlier, if you pop your die exactly the same as when you cut it earlier, pop it on as a measurement. And then, chop across. Because we want this to sit inside to cover your ribbon. Again, we're giving it a fighting chance and we're giving a bit of strength to our box. There we go.
Okay.
That will cover the inside.
Cover your
So it
work-ins.
covers all your work-ins.
Out a bit, please, Al.
I was just going to move it.
Cutting my box again. There we are. So the inside is all covered. Put your finger on the ribbon, push it in. And when you pull it out, you'll have that ping.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
It is, isn't it? Oh, put your finger on the ribbon, pushing it in. That's the only thing you've got to do. And I forget. You'll be doing this for ages.
Because Toby couldn't be bothered to put like a pulley or something in. Did he?
I know.
There we are.
A
How
full pulley
lazy.
system.
How lazy of him.
Lazy.
Not good, is it? So, our last bit now.
We want a 3D pulley system, please. I don't want to put my finger on the ribbon.
There we go. We're going to decorate. So you can slide this underneath. If you haven't decorated the sides earlier, it's really easy to pop them in now. There we are. Wrong one.
I love this craft with the rose gold
Oh, me
foil.
too. If you were loving this card, have a little look at next month's craft kit.
Oh,
I'm giving you a sneaky peek there.
cheeky.
I know.
She's so bad.
Just
She
have
is
to.
so bad.
And it's got a gorgeous colour palette. Absolutely.
Oh, is that the one I'm
gorgeous.
thinking of?
I think so.
Oh, yes. Lovely. I know. Very nice. Did you take inspiration from that?
I
Alison,
actually
by
did
any
when I was
chance?
cutting this. I really did. Because I loved it. I think we take inspiration from all things around us, don't we?
That's just the thing, isn't it? We see so many things upstairs, and we see things obviously a lot earlier than when they're sent out and when we advertise them and promote them. So we do tend to
move things on to other areas.
you can't. It's on your desk. What are you gonna do? It's on your desk. You've got to
Exactly.
use it.
So you have a little die in here. Oh, do you know me? I'm looking for it like a blind bat here. It's this little die, and this gives you a positioner for your handle for the front. So I've got 2 little cream sections cut. We'll pop these in place. So you've got an even edge all around your little die cut. There is a pattern die cut as well.
Which has actually got the edge cut on it as
Yeah.
well, which is nice.
So nice for layering up.
Yeah, so it's not a verso. It's just because it's so small. You don't
There
always
we
want
go.
a verso then, do
You
you?
don't. You don't. There we are. So they are roughly even. Then we're going to make our handle. So the little circles that we use for the runners, I've got 2 this time. So we're going to fold them both in half.
Along the score line,
Yeah.
because they've got that built in.
And you just glue them back to back. Make sure your line is straight in the centre. These 2 then will glue to the front of your box. And this is going to be your pull. So you can go either way. We'll go that way for now.
Lovely.
There we are. So there's your box made. I'm not going to pull on that because I
No.
know what's going to happen. It's going to be
Just
in my
gonna
hand.
come off. So shall we pull the other ones?
Go on then.
I've got the black one here, and we're just gonna pull and boop. Happy pops. It's amazing. It really, really is.
But I will open it just to
There
show
we
you
are.
again. You go to the edge and then
Boop.
together.
I even give it a sound effect. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
What would we do without you, Kaz?
No, I am a one-woman soundboard.
The woman of 1,000 voices,
You
a
even
1,000
see that
noises.
spring in
Yeah,
it.
I
don't
like
you?
that. I like that.
But you've got to get that tension.
Yeah,
That tension on that ribbon is the most important bit.
it is paramount.
There we are. Look, I've even pulled it on there now.
Hey.
Oh, I
The
could
key
do
to this one, I think, is if you take your time, you'll nail
Yes.
it, won't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Follow the instructions. Take your time. Follow the instructions.
Yeah.
But once you've made one, you're away. You know where
Exactly.
all the bits go then.
So have fun with it. That's the only thing I would say, is have fun with it.
Definitely. So this die set, this designer's choice, is now available on our website. Don't forget, if you subscribe to our kit, you get your
Put those teeth in, Kat.
your teeth again. We've got the TCK code that automatically gets applied to your basket, providing you're signed in. You've got to tag us in your makes. Oh,
Don't forget to
I almost forgot. Tag us in your makes. We love
What are
to
you going to
see-
make with this? What are you going to do?
We love to see what you're making.
Absolutely.
We really do. Not just this project. Anything else that you've bought from us, tag us in your mix. If you've liked the video, please give it a little like on YouTube. And if you want to see more from us, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell.
Ting.
Thank you. And that will let you know when we're going live again.
And tell your friends about us. Share the video.
Crafting is all about sharing.
Absolutely.
It's a community.
Absolutely.
And we love to have your company with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy crafting.
Bye.